Asimov Solensen.
I really hate it when people dare react into banks. This is probably a good time to remind you all to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, since it turns out like 82% of you watching haven't actually subscribed. So do that and hit the bell icon if you don't want to miss out on loads of content coming very soon. Love you!
You said bell peppers and beef.
His name's Asimov Solensen. Are you listening to me?
There's no beef in here, so you wouldn't really call it bell peppers and beef, now would you?
Yes, I would.
Well, it's not!
It is when you're broke, alright?
Why not? Just call it beef then. Being poor is fair play, but you haven't then got to pretend you're eating meat as a result. I fully understand that this is a drug and all, but my god, why on earth in the year 2070 something would you ever create the applicator for said drug with a super sharp looking bit at the end of it when it's designed to go right near your friggin' eyeball?
Yeah, keep those eyes open.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but should that have most definitely not been an aggressive hiss and not a casual meow from that very frightened looking cat?
You know, it's better to just leave the water running, so you don't clog the drain.
He hadn't even started running the water yet, dude. Maybe save that advice for a guy who keeps turning the taps on and off.
Excuse me?
It's your hot dog.
Stealing from women is funny!
Planning to escape to Mars, huh? Go ahead and run. How far do you think you'll get?
Why, would you actually tell her that though?
Adios, cowboy.
Nice of her boyfriend to leave the doors open in the process of making a quick escape in order to give her a chance to say a fancy farewell.
Him rather unpopular. They keep sending hit teams after him, but all they get back are corpses.
Neck-cracking sound effects brought to you by reloading a shotgun in an old-school video game.
Huh?
Ma day, bloody ma day. That's a joke because the sign says ma to sat and the song is Monday, bloody Monday. No!
So do you have any Bloody Marys?
I only have beer. Looking for this? Do you know how much you're worth?
Why go through with the whole ruse though if you're just gonna go ahead and give yourself away regardless?
We'll never get out of here now.
I got the goods, if you know what I mean. This one's a surefire winner.
If you're bothering to talk in code in the first place, then why bother adding "if you know what I mean," which adds a rather obvious element of suspicion to whoever you think may be listening to you.
Oh, all right then. That case is big enough to carry a small person inside.
Yeah, it's definitely not though, is it?
Excuse me? Hey, back off! This pooch bagger is mine!
During the pursuit, what looks like fully automatic weapons fire is seen shooting at the vehicles, but in the next angle we see they're using two pistols.
Shoot them before they shoot you.
Why not shoot them straight away like the others though? Why did the car drive off though in those 5 seconds between finishing shooting and her being held up outside by the goon squad?
No smoking in here.
That's a very weird thing to do, and I'm confused why his mate would get angry by it. What kind of weird place bans smoking in the elevators but not the casino floors? On top of that, he didn't even need to stick his cigarette in his mouth to spit out into a bin later on. He could have put it out and taken it back out when he got to the floor he was arriving on. I don't know, it's a small thing, but it's a very weird thing to then see him smoking 45 seconds later on.
Hey, you! What happened to your generosity? You're messing up the whole plan.
Huh?
Don't play stupid. You're supposed to give me that last chip.
Isn't this meant to be some kind of secret plan? Not one that you would just go and tell the Mark about straight away as though he's in on it? Why is this dude like a toddler sticking everything in his mouth? Just put it in your pocket, or better yet, say, "Nah, you're alright," and walk away. What the hell, dude? She fails to notice these two on the front of the ship in spite of actively flying off in manual mode.
You brought this on yourselves. If you'd given me that chip, there'd have been no problem.
Chip?
Yeah, Chip. Are you deaf?
This chick would be good at anime sense right here.
I'm not sure who you are, and I don't really give a damn.
Rumor has it that shortly after its completion, the programmer turned up dead, and the program disappeared.
Even though he wasn't using a walkie-talkie type thingy, he could hear Spike over the intercom, but now this guy is using one to speak with him. Either they need one or they don't.
Orders from the top. There's nothing that we can do.
He gets told it's an item that should be delivered somewhere and is worth a lot of money likely, and he still goes about breaking it for some reason and also shoots at it for some reason. Wait, did she float over to them whilst still inside their ship where they stood normally? Blood coming out of her thumb related sound effects.
Time is...
Who asked you to go off on your own?
Oh, come on now. We're comrades, right?
Doesn't quite match up when 1 second you're talking about how you went off on your own and then the next saying, hey, we're comrades, right? I mean, yes, you are, so you shouldn't have gone off on your own.
Huh? Oh. You finally up, huh?
Oh, anime, how I love you so. How I can always rely on you to ask if someone is awake when they're awake. You never let me down, anime, and I love you for it.
We girls are different. We have to be pampered because we're delicate and refined.
I knew it would.
I thought you liked jazz.
Oh, hello there, good sir.
You kidding me? I listened to the blues when I was still in my father's sack, if you know what I mean.
Unless you mean your father used to cart you around in a literal sack on his back, then yes, everyone knows what you mean and it means only one thing.
So the bottom line is Giraffe was killed off over some internal politics.
Who'd have thought that both of these guys' real names would be Uncone? That's so unique. Oh, also place of birth. Tee. How'd he get him up the stairs? Also, is the light switch for that one light up there randomly by him, and how'd he know it controlled that one light?
Oh! Oh! I've fallen and I can't get up!
Hold up, that much blood came out of his noggin? Unless that literal man-child is carrying around 99% blood in that head, that's a lot! Like, too much! How'd he know he was in there, though? Why would you take the risk that he's definitely going to miss you 3 times in a row, though? The notion that he managed to very lightly toss this vial out of the elevator doors and then it had hit the ship as it flies in.
Talk about the bottom of the food chain. Bounty hunters must be the lowest form of life there is.
Yeah, let's go ahead and not mention the fact that they're criminals who've actually committed crimes though, yeah?
Get lost. Lying lowlife bounty hunter. I'm not paying for your drink.
He didn't actually lie. He never said he wasn't one.
Those stooges smashed up my starship.
You're just a messed up loser, Spike.
And a lowlife bounty hunter scumbag. Don't forget that.
Don't push your luck!
You can only really push your luck when you've actually been given some luck in some situation, and as of this part of the conversation, he hasn't been given anything by her. So you don't even go through a metal detector 50 years in the future when boarding a spaceship heading to another planet, eh? Seems unlikely! Where did the knife go to, though?
I really hate dealing with pickpockets.
Nothing says I'm a pickpocket like charging full speed at your back with a knife outstretched.
Alright, come at me with a knife. You're gonna get hurt. Just do it.
He says, having just failed to attack him from behind during a sprint when he didn't even know he was there.
I'm sorry. I just came here to see Rocco.
You mean you're a friend of his?
Well, not...
I'm glad.
Talk about hearing what you want to hear. He even said not. Doesn't really lend itself to a yes.
Guess you're not gonna buy that, huh?
This knocks a man unconscious.
You can leave now. He must have died because he was doing something that was wrong, I'm sure. It's just that I never got to see Rocco once with my own eyes. Hey, what was he really like?
That interaction was a little odd. She's like, you should leave, he probably did something bad. And then before he can even leave, she's like, no wait, you know him, what was he like? I mean, come on girl, sort your life out.
What are you trying to say, Jed, that I'm starting to get old like you?
Well, you can't tell a woman's age by looking at her.
Except you very much can, though.
Oh no! What's wrong?
Gotta love how he's panicked and worried about the kid doing something which apparently takes like 10 full seconds to fully accomplish.
Ed can prove it, no problem. But remember, Ed wants a favor in return.
Talking about yourself in the third person!
What's he spacing out about?
Let's land this tub already so we can hand over that pathetic bounty head. I want my reward in nice crisp bills, you know what I'm saying?
That you want physical money? Is there a double meaning to nice crisp bills that the universe is unaware of? And by universe, I of course mean me, since I run this show!
Well, I'm sure it's not easy for a woman living alone trying to keep body and soul together. You know how it is.
Being a woman himself?
You get in over your head? New Island mortgages are high, and the bankers aren't too understanding. Huh?
It's so like you to worry about things like that.
I think everybody worries about things like that. It's not a personality trait that's so you to worry about not being able to pay a mortgage.
Maybe it's something like a rat went through a mutation and it evolved and turned into some kind of unusual creature. And...
Oh, that's brilliant. Right up there with Ed's theory that it's a horrible alien.
So to be clear, she doesn't think it is a rat that has evolved in some way, or an alien, but she knows he was clearly bitten by something poisonous with no known match in the galaxy database. Why don't you offer up the answer then?
Where are you going?
Hey! Wait! Hey! Huh? This is weird. Did it break?
He hooks up this heat gizmo in order to track down what bit his mate, and then when he sees the first thing that looks abnormal, questions whether it's broken or not.
Cold climates do not concern me. True, your heart is colder than any planet, colder than the eye of a snake about to strike. Remember, a snake cannot eat a dragon.
Have you heard the name Julia mentioned?
You should have asked me that right off. There's a Julia out in front of Tony's place every night.
Wait, then how did he start the conversation? By just saying, hey mate, do you know any women? Like, in general? What the actual hell? Why would you start it off like that?
Didn't you know? There are no women in this town.
Get me! Where did all of those weapons come from, though? If he was his worst enemy, why wouldn't he just hang around to actually ensure that he's dead, though?
Tranquilizer guns, they're mocking me.
God damn it! Every time I write a sin, it goes win.
Listening to all the things you can't hear.
Nathan Byrne, Bird Without a Word, Arias Alibari, Aiden White, PK Fan, Ali 50, Anthony Roll, Isael Caldera, Arman Jasuja, Chris Harris, Jonas Schal, Manolo Saucedo Munoz, Luis Hernandez, May, Yuki Ali, Manuel Morales, Dark Lord Bloody Soul, Sentimento, Silva, Master Tank, Oogie, MD McVeigh, Aurora, Kevin Nauta, Stefio, Joel Rosenfeld, Brendan Kriya, Gustavo Gomez Canero, Storm 970, Hugo Di Leandro, Mr. Waffles 64, Theodore Quackens, Kaj Vorzelman, Jordan Samuels, Gabby Z, Humye, Crimson Shadows.